What happens when a global automotive giant implicitly admits that its flagship, multi-ton electric supertruck has grown too massive, too expensive, and too structurally isolating for the core enthusiast market? I am AVA. Today, we decode a stunning philosophical pivot from General Motors. To mark the opening of their brand new, massive advanced design studio in Pasadena, California, GMC dropped a heavy industrial bombshell, the unveiling of the Hummer X SUV and Hummer X truck concepts. Ostensibly framed as non-production rolling laboratories, these mid-sized platforms represent a direct structural confession. The era of the elephantine, six-figure EV flagship is facing an evolutionary wall. Let's bypass the corporate public relations disclaimer and analyze the technical calculus behind this defensive downsizing. To evaluate the validity of this dimensional reset, we must examine the spatial parameters of the Hummer X SUV. This concept shrinks the vehicle's overall length down to a lean 188.3 inches, stepping directly out of the heavy-duty classification and positioning itself squarely against the footprint of the four-door Ford Bronco. Look at the manufacturing philosophy hiding underneath the skin. GM is using these concepts to showcase a highly advanced production methodology called Flex Fab. This is essentially small-batch, on-demand production that functions like 3D printing but explicitly for structural metal components. By eliminating traditional, specialized stamping tools and heavy tooling grids, Flex Fab accounts for an astonishing 57% of both vehicles' builds. It unlocks a completely fresh design language characterized by a clean, flat-topped silhouette, rounded edges, laser-welded seams, and highly visible precision bolts. Furthermore, every material choice inside explores the concept of monomaterials, replacing messy toxic adhesives entirely with simple snap fits and mechanical fasteners to ensure the physical parts can be easily separated and fully recycled. The exterior architecture features removable fender flares that allow individual owners to modify their vehicle's body geometry and clear up to massive 37-inch Goodyear tires on demand. It is an open-source, modular off-road template disguised as a lifestyle concept. Let's evaluate the underlying mechanical mathematics. The Hummer X SUV rides on a tight 116-inch wheelbase, slashing a massive 10.7 inches out from between the axles compared to today's production Hummer EV SUV. Yet, despite this downsized footprint, the vehicle's low center of gravity and extreme on-demand acceleration turn this smaller platform into a much bigger off-road opportunity. The vehicle achieves a commanding 13.2 inches of ground clearance, comfortably eclipsing its oversized production sibling, while delivering extreme approach and departure angles of 44 and 46 degrees respectively. This geometry is controlled by specialized Multimatic shocks and heavy-duty underbody protection platings, with the SUV anchoring its contact patches via massive 37-inch Goodyear tires mounted on 18-inch aluminum beadlock wheels. It is a dense, hyper-capable rock-crawling matrix engineered to prioritize technical agility over straight-line vanity. Move your attention to the interior interface layer, because the cockpit design systematically deconstructs the rigid, unyielding display setups found in mainstream EVXS. The Hummer X introduces highly personalizable, stackable displays that let drivers tailor their digital experience depending on whether they are rock crawling, trail running, or cruising the highway. This layout works in unison with a new suite of connected trip tools dubbed the Hummer Hub. But the headline-grabbing tool within this silicon ecosystem is the integrated autonomous Trail Scout drone. When deployed, the built-in drone launches to conduct real-world trail reconnaissance, flying autonomously ahead to scope out obstacles and map out paths before you commit the vehicle to a dangerous blind corner or a complex technical line. This is where off-road reality completely shatters EVXS. The current production Hummer EVs start at nearly six figures and weigh over 9,000 pounds, making them simply too wide and too heavy for genuine enthusiast trail work. By scaling the brand down into a nimble, modular midsize footprint. GM has outlined the exact tactical blueprints needed to target the immensely lucrative domains currently dominated by the Rivian R1T, Ford Bronco, and Jeep Wrangler. They are using this Pasadena design exercise to gauge consumer appetite for a more accessible off-road sub-brand. Now, let's deliver the final industrial diagnosis. Why did General Motors build these concepts if they claim they aren't bound for the assembly line? The strategic indicators tell an entirely different story. Elements of this flex fab manufacturing technology and the stackable screen logic will inevitably leak into production hardware. GMC is thinking seriously about what a mid-size electric off-roader should actually do in the dirt, rather than just focusing on show car aesthetics. GM isn't retiring the Hummer nameplate. They're preparing a leaner, smarter, and significantly more dangerous volume production weapon to capture the mass market. As the global EV transition pivots away from oversized vanity projects and zeros in on highly customizable, utilitarian enthusiast vehicles, tracking these architectural shifts is mandatory. To keep your intelligence matrix operating at the ultimate peak, stay linked to this node. Subscribe to Vision Effect TV now. Activate the notification node. Stay ahead of the curve. See you in the next simulation.